Korra infamously had bad romances, and no getting around it. But there is one that could actually have worked, and the fact that it didn't was traumatic. It really kept me up at night. Beska, Bolin and Eska, and you see Eska's whole name is in there because she's the dom. It's all like poetry and rhymes. I know it seems like I'm defending abuse or whatever, and you can moral fag about it all you want, but that's not the root of the problem. I think the problem was that the writers defaulted to doing the same joke over and over because, well, they're awful. Korra's writing is consistently its worst part. I mean, the music, the animation, great, but the writing that's a big hiccup. And I think Beska is such a easy and funny setup that just gets wasted because they just keep doing the same joke. Okay, so I mean, I just want to really go into how just easy and how inherently funny the pairing is. All right, you have this strong, sexy dope and his goth girl. I mean, he does the emoting for both of them. It's just great. So instead of doing a weird kissing scene, repetitive jokes, and a horrible series of retcons, let's do some good old-fashioned episodic bullshit with our comic relief character. For starters, let's make Eska more sadistic and less direct, because in the show she immediately makes Bolin her BF. And my proposal is that she actually instantly likes him, but fucks with him because, well, A, it makes her happy, and B, she does not know how, these feelings work. And Bolin, he thinks she's hot, and he likes the challenge, so he'll try to win the prizes. And, maybe at the end of the episode, you can add a scene where she gives him a smooch, and, after they turn the corner, they both freak out. I'm not asking for a whole romance novel, but, I just kind of want to laugh. I just think it'd be funny. Bolin's the funny guy. You can do the stupid stuff with him. But the thing is, you kind of have to shake it up, and that's not what they did. Anyways, the second episode is where they go to the fuck-ass portal for the first time, and Bolin drives Eska and Desna there. The show makes him miserable for some reason, when I feel like the obvious joke was him being annoyed at Desna third-wheeling. And their next interaction is around the campfire when Bolin holds on to Eska because he's scared of the spirits, and they're telling the story. And it's a cute concept that's crapped up by just too many words, just bad dialogue. But after that is the inflation scene, which is fine. Next interaction I feel is missing is when Bolin says he wants to go with Korra, and I feel like he could have cut to Eska giving Korra and Bolin a nasty look, and then you have Desna just on the side or in the background playing with Pabu or Naga. I mean, I don't know, I just really like the idea of him only being nice to animals. And I guess the last thing that happens that episode is when Eska stops Bolin for giving Korra a hug, and I think that's pretty good. She puts him in an icy guillotine. It's cute. I like it. Episode 3 starts off real bad. Bolin is carting them around, and he's miserable, and Eska's talking about how much she hates the South, and they do a weird laugh, and I guess that's the joke. The joke is the weird laugh. But I don't know. It's kind of lame. In my world of peace and love, Bolin is still, he's carting them around, but, he's talking to the twins because, Bolin, he's a strong guy. He's an athlete. So this is just him, maybe you could have had something where, Eska tells him to do it as some weird punishment, but then he's, actually just good at it because Bolin's strong as shit. And then, he'd be talking to the twins about what the North is like. And I really wanted this to be here because if you are a Korra only, for some unholy reason, you haven't seen Avatar, you'd have no idea what the North Water Tribe is like because they just don't go there in Korra. So this whole Civil War thing is honestly really flaccid and pointless. But we're not here to talk about that. So next, after making the stairs for Eska, Bolin talks to his brother about breaking up with Eska, and this is in the show. So, and I feel like we could have used in my world, we have a scene where the twins talk about, their relationships. I mean, Desna doesn't have any because, we're gonna slap that Arrow Ace label on him and leave it at that because I just think it's funny that he's just running on vibes. Anyways, we get a classic sitcom situation where Mako tells Bolin to be cooler and more standoffish because that's just his style, and I'm not gonna be mean to Mako in this video. I would never do something like that. And Desna says that he heard that guys like it when girls laugh at their jokes. So they both kind of become dorks for the episode, do a bit of role reversal. But anyways, in the inferior edition, both couples and Desna go to lunch or something, and Bolin is just uncomfortable and his friends don't care, and no one likes this scene because it's just not funny. You're doing the same Bolin uncomfortable joke over and over, and his friends are just kind of dicks about it, and yeah. In episode 4, Bolin is hiding from Beska. She comes in and exposits, and when she leaves, she makes Bolin bow. Later on, Bolin goes to end things, but Beska proposes, and then the bad joke crawls along even longer. But at least Pabu and the Shadow Cloak is cute. In my version, this is the part where they talk about how weird they were at lunch, and then, they kind of talk and make up and promise to be themselves around each other, and now they would be officially a thing. But at this point, we've fully reached fanfic territory, as a breakup has happened in one canon, and a pair up in the other. And I really can't go episode by episode anymore because it's just too different, and I've already made my point. Bad relationships aren't endearing or funny. A messy one can be, but Beska isn't that. It's the same bit over and over, and honestly, everyone involved comes off worse character-wise. Also, I just really fucking hate Opal, because I know that's Bolin's other next relationship after. She's just incredibly boring and represents the point where the writers just give up on romance and character writing in general. And to that you may say, oh, but Korra's PTSD arc, and I'll say, watch book 4 again. It's just an excuse for Korra to get her ass beat, and it hurts to watch. And then they twist the knife, because Toph not only takes poison out of her so someone else is solving the problem, but the big confrontation she has to fully get over it is when she talks to Zahir for 20 fucking seconds, and it's so stupid. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and Beska should have replaced this on me.